Welcome back to T Junction. I'm Tracy McLean Lowe, and we are in summer in the West End. And hopefully it's going to be a glorious summer. Had some great days and a little bit of rain this evening, and there is lots to do in the hood over the next month. One of those little things in the Village News. There we go, Village News West End, some new pictures for us, is the Do West Fest, which is being held down in Little Portugal from Friday, June the 9th to Saturday, June 10th, where there's going to be food and festivities, and they really get busy with markets and a whole lot of festival of foods and music and dancing. So that should keep everybody out on the streets and in the sunshine and busy next weekend. What else do we have going? Of course, it's ice cream season. So what I did do is I tried to find some interesting ice cream places to go to on the way to the park or on the way back from the park. And our first one is the Oakwood Hardware Pantry, which is selling some ice creams. They're just behind the Oakwood Hardware restaurant. And they'll be open all summer. And the ice creams look quite tasty and delicious. Difficult to choose, so many flavors. What else did they have on the ice cream front? Oh, yes, we have Bar Ape, or Bar Ape, because my pronunciation is terrible. But this is out on St Clair West Avenue, down in Witchwood and Artscape. Again, they have a wide array of ice creams to delight the taste buds. Who else did I find? Oh, yes, down on Vaughan, near the Home Hardware and Dollar Store, we have Booyah. And I noticed this on Facebook in our local residents pages in the last week or so. There's quite a few cash-only places, and Booyah ice cream is one of those places. Reason being is, of course, that the credit cards and the debit card, or the banks rather, are charging small businesses a fortune to use their cards. So they're going back to the good old-fashioned cash. But it's not like they're expensive. You don't need to buy them on your credit card. They won't break your bank account. And who else did we have here? It was one place I went to last year, which during the summer last year, when we had 7-year-olds hanging around the house, the grandchildren. We went off to the Dairy Freeze, which is down near Caledonia, and that, well, they don't just do great ice creams and milkshakes. They have a wonderful variety of dietary delights, and steak on a bun or steak in a roll, straight after the swimming pool, of course. Well, you should go after you've been swimming to there, not before. But that's when you'll hop on over to the Giobani Park, hang out there and in the swimming pool. I mean, doesn't that look glorious? We have got a glorious summer coming along, and I know I'm going to be headed down to the swimming pool this summer. And where else do we take our kids to? Oh, yes, the splash pad. The splash pad is up at Cedarvale Park, for the smaller kids, those who can't swim. We should remember, of course, that down at Giobani Park, you do have swimming lessons here. They've got an indoor swimming pool as well. So if you've never learned to swim, if the children want to learn to swim, this summer is as good a time as any to start. Wonderful exercise, good for the heart, good for the health, and great fun, especially when one's going down that funky slide. I do hope it's open this year. It's still closed because of COVID last year. So hopefully this year, less of a problem. Then, of course, we've got to think of our fashion. We've got a few fashion stores on the high street, down in St Clair West Village, going up towards Corso Italia. And it's a great time to go and get some new clothes to brighten up the summer wardrobe, and it's all looking quite colourful out there at the moment. What else have we been doing? Oh, yes, of course. As we come down to another kind of T-junction corner, we would turn right at the bottom of Oakwood Avenue in St Clair. We turn right, go a little bit up, about 4 or 5 shops up the way, and you'll come to a small bakery called Cuckoo. It's an Albanian bakery. They also do other foods as well. And I must pop in there this week because A, the food looks delicious, and B, they have the cutest rustic decor. And I haven't managed to find a picture that I could save and put up here to show you. But yeah, this is a nice little place to go to for something a little bit off the beaten track as far as dietary and taste buds go. Albanians, we'll give that one a go sometime in the course of the next week or two. Oh yeah, no, we've had Booyah. Who else have we got here? I have missed it entirely, but we mustn't forget our Dutch Dreams. Dutch Dreams is also down on Vaughan, across the way from the dollar store. Always a good queue, great ice cream. I tell you, that's one thing we're spoiled for choice on ice cream, gelatos, coffees, and food down here. Don't think there's enough days in the week to go to them all. But now, this little picture here is of a young lady learning how to ride a bicycle. And the one thing we want to get to around in Toronto, and certainly around our villages here, is get our cyclists back on the road, not getting run over by traffic or driving themselves under traffic. And what I did find out is that the Toronto City does have some facilities available to give you all the necessary road skills and lessons to learn how to ride your bicycle safely on the road to traffic. So if you've got little ones this summer who are learning to ride, need to know the rules of the road while they're out with you on the road, you should contact the Toronto City and find out where these lessons are taking place and where they've got accredited teachers. I don't have anybody to teach cycling to, and I can ride a bicycle, but not in the city at the moment. So please do this summer, get your kids down to get some cycling lessons, learn the rules of the road. Probably could do with some refresher courses yourself. And when they turn around and say they've got cycling classes down on St Clair Avenue West, they're not talking about real bicycles. Those bicycles are all standing still in a gym, so you're not going anywhere and you're not learning the rules of the road. So please do take the kids and yourselves off some good lessons and keep safe on the roads while you're out having a wonderful time in the summer. And one last thing to do is we have some wonderful walks through Cedarvale Park. It literally travels up through the valley from St Clair West, where Loblaws is and the station is, all the way up to Eglinton West Station, and where you have got the orchard of the Cedarvale Village orchard up there. It's a community development. I recently had coffee out there this past weekend. And it's just a lovely walk. Again, this was something I did last year in the summer with the family. Just walking around in the shade and the trees and the animals, the wildlife, the squirrels and the birds. It's purely a pleasure to have summer in the West End in Toronto. So, one and all, enjoy your summer. And while you are enjoying your summer, don't forget our people who have been struggling getting back on their feet after being refugees from various war-torn parts of the world. We have a walk-in centre down at 208 Oakwood Avenue. I do believe they are having some events this summer to raise funds, and I do believe that they're going to also be having some kind of, not a flea market, garage sale, or they're looking for items either to sell to earn money or to give to some of the refugees who have just recently landed on our shores. So if you have anything you'd like to give, please drop on by anytime. You will also find their information online, and they are the FGC Refugee Centre, and that is 208 Oakwood Avenue, Toronto, here in the West End. And that is it from me. Have a wonderful week. Please come back and enjoy some more time with us during the summer. And like and subscribe before you head on your merry way to enjoy the weekend. And do have a wonderful one and all. Good night.